Friends, Romans, and indeed, countrymen, we have arrived on the final day of our VEDJ adventure. This is it. This is the end. We could continue into July, but then VEDJ would no longer stand for Video Everyday June, and that wouldn't be real. And if there's one thing we've learned from this adventure, that if it's not, it's alright. So we're going to end it here. I have decided to share my wisdom with you. So I've asked for you to give me some things that are troubling you, some things that are going on in your life, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to deal with it. I'm going to help you. Your life will be enriched because of this video. How do I survive A-levels? Well, just sort of drink and whore around. That's what I did, and I got B's and C's. Where on earth do you find people to date? I've looked, but I can't find any anywhere. So this one's actually quite easy. There are, you know, phone booths. Well, if you go inside phone booths, often there are little flyers of people who are just looking to spend a nice evening with someone. Just call the number and arrange to have a nice evening together. Do make sure you have cash because they don't take cards. All the people I've confessed my feelings to only see me as a friend. Thoughts? You've got two options here. Number one, stop telling people about your feelings. Just don't tell anybody. Keep them inside. Number two, change everything about yourself. Get new politics, perhaps a haircut, because clearly it's not working. So how to become a professional actor? Well, in order to become a professional actor, you need to be good, like me. And the best way to get good at something is just to do it as often as you can. Every moment is an opportunity to learn. And what is acting, really? It's just lying. So what I'm saying is, just start lying to everybody around you. The GCSE art teacher hates me. How can I get her to like me? Well, the best way to forge a personal connection is to take an interest in them. No one likes a selfish person, so what I would do, I would learn as much about them as physically possible. Follow them home, look through the window, see what dinner they like to eat most often. Where do they gym? What do they do in their leisure time? Have they any hobbies? Take a notebook with you and jot all of this information down, and then, when you think you fully understand your art teacher, do a pastel drawing, a collage of all of their favourite things, and then present it to them on the doorstep of their house. Forge that personal connection, and I'm sure they'll just like you. How do you balance creative projects? Is it best to focus on one wholly or dabble in lots of little ones? Now, this is something that I think about very often. All of my years of experience have led me to the one answer, which is generally just run away from all of your projects and finish none of them. I find it tremendously useful. My two best friends are a couple and they want to convince me to share a flat with them. Should I do it? I want to move anyway. Well, it sounds like you're already in a positive place. But I have lived with couples in the past, and it is helpful, I think, to set some ground rules so that there's no awkward conversations or accidents or anything like that. You need to be open, you need to be comfortable with each other. So I would suggest that you insist on sleeping between them. You all share the bed together and you're right in the middle, because that way they can't forget about you. You can't be a third wheel if you are the axis. You're welcome. Next question is from Dr. Sally LePage, who I know in real life. A question you are definitely qualified to answer. Where are the single lesbians? Very interesting that you bring this up. I was doing some research the other day and I found out that the patriarchy was so threatened by the concept of lesbianism that they rounded up anyone who either was an out and proud lesbian or that they suspected of lesbianism, and their criteria was just short haircuts on women. They rounded them all up and then they airlifted them all to a small meadow outside of Market Harborough. The lesbians have been grazing happily there for the past 15 years. In that time, though, we have seen the patriarchy start to crumble, so perhaps they were wrong about lesbians to begin with. What do I do if I'm almost 20 and don't really know what to do with my life? Is my nipple just out? Okay, so I've been with my girlfriend for over a month and we haven't kissed yet because both of us are weird and awkward. Oof. Basically, I just find it hard to find a good moment, and even when I do think I could, I'm still, scared about it, and I don't know why. How do I get over this? Well, I'm an old romantic, so I'd organise a whole evening. I'd take her to her favourite dinner spot, gaze longingly into her eyes while she tells me stories about her day. Perhaps afterwards we'd go for a spot of dancing, and it'd be a warm, cool evening with a gentle breeze flowing, and I'd take her hand and walk her to a bridge. And halfway across, we'd just sort of stop and look out at the river and the view and up at the stars, and then I'd look longingly into her eyes, and then I'd push her off just to keep her on her toes. My boyfriend loves wrestling and wants to do it professionally, but I'd rather he got his degree first. How do I talk about it without sounding unsupportive? I think you should dress up as Hulk Hogan and cut a promo on him. Speak his language, you know? How to accept that I'm capable of being loved. Imi, you are so capable of being loved. All of us are capable of being loved. Only a few of us deserve it. I think I love the boy I broke up with 2 weeks ago. Oops. That was fucking stupid, Kez, wasn't it? So that's been my advice, and this has been VEDJ. And I hope that we've all learned something about ourselves and each other. I hope there'll be a video next week, and then I'm taking a little bit of time off, and then we're going to be back at it with some more videos. Because to break it down and be genuine for a second, I've really enjoyed this one. It's been a lot of fun just creating things and having a laugh and not taking life too seriously, so thanks very much for coming along for the ride. And one last time, let's say it in unison, let's shout it from the rooftops, and bring the streets of England to a halt as we share that if it's not real, it's not right. Thank you. I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt. You better give me your money.